Hi, I'm Andy Keidel from Mom My Life. We're a website that allows users to interact with performers in live video and have influence over what happens in the video they're watching. We see this as having a ton of potential to bring it to media companies and advertisers who want a more interactive way to engage consumers.
Hi, and welcome to nextNYers. I'm your host, Courtney Nichols, and today we'll be speaking to the founders of Mod My Life, Andy Keidel and Martin Kodire. Hi, thanks for joining us.
How you doing?
Nice to see you.
So to start off, why don't you tell us a little bit about why you started the company?
Okay, well, myself and Andy worked at Merrill Lynch in the algorithmic trading space for the last couple of years. And we realized that our passion wasn't really in working for a big company in the financial services space, and we wanted to do a startup. We decided to work together and knock around a few ideas, and we came up with a concept for almost a reality TV show that was live, unedited in real time, where the users are actually deciding what happens. So it's like a hedonistic night out in Manhattan kind of thing.
So how are you finding the hosts or the folks who are making the videos?
Yeah, we'll do auditions. So we actually put out posting on Craigslist and other sites like that. And then we'll hold auditions where people try out. And actually the last few that we've done, we've let the users give the tryouts things to do while they're trying out and judge who they like the best.
What's the basic business model in terms of how are you making money?
Okay, so right now, I mean, the obvious one is the low-hanging fruit, I guess, is advertising. We believe, though, that the product placements, having people out there and interacting with our mod stars and interacting with products is actually something that we're seeing traction from people who are coming to us and asking us to do these kinds of events with their products.
So there's a question that comes up here a lot, which is, given how much content now is user generated and the interaction with advertisers, and that the advertisers both want to see their brands used creatively, but also are very nervous about the context in which their brand is used. You say folks have approached you. Have you heard any of that from those advertisers?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the people that have approached us so far are kind of the adventure sports type people who have, you know, they'd probably already advertise around things like Jackass, or they'd love to be involved with things like that. That's
Less
kind
sensitive.
of the banner benchmark out there at the moment. And yeah, there's quite a few advertisers that just don't seem to be sensitive, and I think that the users appreciate that. You know, they're like, well, these guys aren't selling to me that hard. They're not like polished. They're not trying to extol the virtues of their product in a way that isn't realistic. They're like, this is the product, check it out, and let people experience it in a more kind of real way.
And since both of those models, whether it's the integrated product or it's just advertising around the site, how are you getting people there, since both of those depend on traffic, obviously?
Yeah, so right now we haven't actually started marketing out at all or trying to draw huge amounts of traffic to the site and
So
get
your
the
goal is to
idea out
raise
there.
angel funding and then use that to drive the marketing.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. But we think that, you know, that it's such a compelling product that like our user numbers are really impressive. That when users come to the site, they stay on average for over 30 minutes.
And what kind of numbers? So how many users? Where are you today?
The overall numbers are actually pretty low for users coming to the site. And that's because we're only showing about an hour a day of live content. People aren't used to tuning in to a website. So that's something we need to work on. But as far as users who make it on at the right time, more than half the users will stay for the entire 1 hour broadcast, and about a third of them will complain when it ends.
And how are you all editing the content where necessary? So you say no illegal activity, right? We don't want to be manipulating people or in a certain way. How are you making sure that's not happening? Is that a software-based solution or is that a human solution?
It's both. We have algorithms. Well, the algorithms are more based on user inputs. So ultimately it's driven by the users. Then you've got a director behind the scenes who sees, okay, this idea is going to win, and then tells it to the performer. But both the director and performer know, okay, you can't do illegal stuff. So even if the user's got something through, it says like strip naked and punch somebody, we're gonna tell them.
That wouldn't be good.
Yeah, and we've had stuff worse than that. But it won't even get, it might get in the site and that says, okay, you can vote for this.
Right.
But even if it got through and no one flagged it, users can flag it. The performer, the director, they're just gonna say, okay, what's next?
What do you think has been the most challenging part of starting the business and making it go?
Well, personally, I think it's given that this is such a new field, it is, the question you asked us, what's our break-even numbers? Modeling it out is quite difficult. Understanding, interactivity on the web today is very hard to price, I think.
But the problem that you have is that's what investors need to know to give you money.
Right.
So unless you had 10 million in the bank and could bankroll it yourselves for the next few years, you're going to have to be able to answer that question for investors. So you said you started now looking for capital. How have the investors responded to that?
Yeah, I think that's their biggest concern, but we also have some investors we talk to, they do see there's potential here for more than just a website. There's potential for, imagine combining with the television show, where you've got, a brand that spans both the internet and TV.
Sure.
And what a lot of these television producers are looking for these days is how to drive traffic to the television.
Great. Well, good luck to you guys.
Thanks.
Really appreciate you coming in, Martin and Andy.
Thank you.
And let's see what we learned today about Mod My Life. Thank you for joining us at Next New Yorkers. I'm your host, Courtney Nichols. Please be sure to check out another episode.